Some self-help on the lymphatic blockage points. So the first thing we're going to do is we got to open the thoracic ducts, and we're going to use pressure on the thoracic ducts with 2 fingers, a gentle pressure, kind of like about the pressure you use when you're checking fruit, see if it's right. So not too much, we're not trying to overpower it, but we're going to put 1 finger, right, we have the sternocleidomastoid, this big muscle here, and the clavicle, and right above there will be the thoracic duct. It's thoracic duct on this side, the right lymphatic duct on this side. So we take our 2 fingers and put them cross over and put them on either side. And we're going to use a pumping motion with the gait pattern. So all the organs and vessels have a gait pattern. They move when you move like you're walking. So you bring one knee forward and the opposite shoulder goes down and towards that. And this is the gait pattern you'll be using. You stay on axis, so you're not moving your head and you're not bending forward and back, but you're staying on the axis just like you're walking in place, keeping the heels on the ground, so you have to drop the hip, drop the opposite shoulder towards the bent knee. Now when you do that, I'll just show you on one side. As this shoulder comes forward, we're going to use, this shoulder goes down and forward, use the opposite hand to drag a little bit of pressure on that thoracic duct to help break up all the blockages and push it through the thoracic duct back into the venous system, into the heart. Like this. And then when you go the opposite direction, you do the other side, this way. And so this one's released, and you just go back and forth. You don't have to take your fingers off, I'm just showing you. You're activated, compressing that thoracic duct, lymphatic duct, back and forth. And so you just roll gently back and forth, just about the pace of a gentle walk, right? And so you're gonna squeeze the choke points where all the gunk gets backed up at the thoracic duct. So you do that for about 20 times. And then we're gonna move to, so that's the end point. We're going backwards through the lymphatic system. So we're going to the next choke point, which would be the cisterna-chyli, right where the belly button is and the bottom of the sternum. Right between the two is where the cisterna-chyli is. Way, way deep down, about 3 inches back behind the aorta on the front side of the spine. And you're going to take your fingers like this on either side, about 4 inches apart, going towards the belly. And to get down there, we're not going to push down with muscles. We're going to drop the elbows back like this. And as you do it, you'll feel that you're going deeper into the system. So again, gently, but you're getting down and just having a gentle compression effect on that cisterna-chyli. Same thing, we're going to drop the shoulder, go back into the gait pattern pumping mechanism, and accentuate it by, as this shoulder comes down, we're going to accentuate it by adding a little bit of compression and pumping the congestion out of that cisterna-chyli, and then back on the other side. Releasing this side and back and forth. Keeping the head straight, staying on the axis, and again, doing 20 pumps. Back and forth. So that's going to move all the congested lymph. Now that we have the thoracic ducts open, the congested lymph from the cisterna-chyli up towards the thoracic duct. The cisterna-chyli drains for most people on the left thoracic duct, and then the right thoracic duct drains out the right quadrant. Okay, so the next part is we're going to get to the glymphatic system. The choke point of that one is going to be at the jugular foramen, where all the lymphatic cerebrospinal fluid go into the venous sinuses, and they all have to exit out through the jugular foramen. Not the entire thing, but most of it exits out through the jugular foramen. So we're going to go towards, I'll show you on the skull. Right here. We have one bone of, one finger is going to go on the mastoid process. You have the ear, and right in front of that, you'll feel a little bump of the mastoid process. Behind that, will be a different bone, which is the occipital bone, and we'll put the other fingers here, and you're going to create a spreading effect, such that you have these fingers on the mastoid process, these ones on the occipital, and again we're going to go back into the pumping gait pattern. This time, as this shoulder goes down, we're going to open this side because we're not crossed hands on the same side. So open on this side, open on this side, and go back and forth. And again, this is a gentle opening of the two bones that create the jugular, the hole where the jugular vein goes down, and through that hole goes back into the whole circulatory system and clear out that choke point, so all that pressure in the head, all that congestion in the head can exit. Back and forth 20 times. And that's how you can start cleaning out your own congestions, releasing the congestion, get the lymphatic going, reduce the inflammation, and rehabilitate that whole system.